These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another episode of How About Them Celtics. Sam and I are here recording on Friday, December 15th, after the Celtics win over the Orlando Magic. Took home a 128-111 win, shorthanded, no Kristaps Porzingis, no Al Horford, no Luke Cornett, no Delano Banton, down a few rotation pieces, started Lamar Stevens at the center, and picked up one of the most dominant victories of the season, I would say. I can't remember if it was, I don't think it was technically wire to wire, but it was as close to wire as you can get without being wire to wire. They were down by as much as 6 points, I think, with like 8 minutes left in the first, took a lead, and then after the first quarter, stomped them from there. Jaylen Brown said this was their biggest game of the season. Was happy with the way they were responded to being down guys, playing a team that had beaten them in the past. Good win. Good win for the Celtics.
Great win. Yeah. I mean, I tweeted the Pat Bev celebrating against the Clippers in the play-in on the pod account because this is the first time the Celtics have beat the Magic in over a year, snapping a 4-game losing streak to the fellas from Orlando. And you got a really, really great game from just about everybody that took the floor. Even Lamar Stevens, who was a -7, like had some impressive moments, like pretty happy with what he gave them in the starting role. Good for him. Glad he got some run. Finally, back-to-back games of real Lamar minutes. But I just thought everybody that was out there for the Celtics gave them a little bit. I thought Jaylen had a really good game. I thought he had more than 18 points. It must have been because he just came out of the gates blistering hot. Good Tatum game. Derrick White was excellent. He had some great plays. The bench in particular was great. I thought Hauser and Pritchard together, just fantastic watching them drill all the threes. Pritchard 6 of 7 isn't going to happen every night, but Hauser being 50% is kind of normal now. But the first thing I noticed in this game, and it's kind of what I want to talk about, they definitely cared about this. You mentioned Jaylen saying this was their most important game of the season. You could tell that they gave a shit and the Magic gave a shit. They both cared. Jalen Suggs is a guy for the Magic who was playing hard the entire time, but specifically early on, he was really getting in everybody's business. He was mucking things up for the Celtics. Everybody on Orlando dunked the ball hard if they had the chance to do so, and Jaylen Brown responded by doing a bunch of super cool dunks. His knee that he was questionable with before the game gave him plenty of bounce. I think he's all right. And they just bulldozed the Magic. Good for them. And I texted you this. This game said to me, the Celtics should not lose to anybody if they play for real. The Celtics played for real tonight. Jaylen Brown basically told you they played for real because they cared, and they whomped the Magic. I mean, this was a laugher in the fourth quarter. It went down to 17 points after they closed the game on a little bit of a run. But my, what a Celtics win. Excellent day. Glad you got to be there. Glad there was less traffic than yesterday, so all the fans could be there for the whole thing. Just good win by the Celtics. I'm proud of my boys today. Sadly, my Pistons lost again, though.
Huge win. Brown at 18, like you mentioned. Didn't make a three, but it was 8 of 15 from the field, 8 of 10 from two-point range. Tatum had perhaps the quietest 30 points I've ever seen. 36 and 4 for him. 11 of 29, 2 of 9 from 3. Lamar.
Yep.
Not ideal. Derrick White, great game. 19, 4, 8, and 4 steals, 7 of 15, 3 of 7. Drew Holiday also solid. 2 of 7. Both of his makes were 3, 2 of 3 from 3, didn't make much inside, but he made his impact out there. He was actually really good defensively trapping. He had a couple early mishaps where he left Cole Anthony from 3, but other than that, he did a good job of trapping and forcing steals. And beneficiary of those steals was Sam Hauser, who had a career-high 4 steals in this game, finished with 11 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. Pritchard had 21, 3 rebounds, 5 assists off the bench. Those two were the catalyst for me, like you said. I think it was led by Pritchard, but Hauser, it was like the complementary piece in this one with his well-rounded stat line. Those two play off each other so well. Pritchard has assisted Hauser more than anybody else has assisted Hauser this season, and Hauser has assisted Pritchard more than anybody else has assisted Pritchard this season. They are the two-man duo. They are building this chemistry. I asked him about it after the game. He said they work on it all the time. Joe said the same. Brown said it's great to see those guys working together so well. Jaylen Brown said, when I asked him about Pritchard and Hauser's chemistry, he said, it's better for us to play through those guys right now, get their confidence up rather than play for me, JT, JB. It's more important because those guys get in the rhythm. They've been playing great. He said Derrick White's been playing great. He praised the rest of the Celtics bench guys who were playing well. Like, this was the Pritchard and Hauser game. Pritchard 6 of 7 from the field, 7-10. Excuse me, 7 of 10 from 3. Hauser 4 of 10, 4 of 8 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. His one 3 of 6 from 3. His one 2-point basket was a ridiculous layup finish in transition over
The
Jalen
left.
Suggs. Like, these two did everything in this game. They were awesome. Played 31 minutes for Hauser, 28 minutes for Pritchard, played on par. They both played, or excuse me, Hauser played more minutes than everybody except for Jayson Tatum in this game. This was a huge Hauser Pritchard game, and they deserve all the credit in the world.
Oh, for sure. This is the outburst or output from the bench that I think a lot of us expected heading into the season. Hauser stumbled out of the gate. He really wasn't great in preseason, but Pritchard was. Pritchard was really, really good in preseason. We were all gassing him up. We were like, this guy's the GOAT. He just signed a $32 million extension. Like, that's going to be a bargain in 4 years. Then he comes out to start the actual season, is like, maybe they overpaid. Like, oh no. But we've seen progress from both of them. Pritchard has not been as consistent as Hauser, but the two of them can both be extremely dangerous in their own ways. Hauser has been the more consistent of the two. He's become a sniper. He leads the league in three-point percentage, but Pritchard adds the wrinkle of shot creation. Today, he got all of his buckets from the corner, which was kind of cool to see. You never see Pritchard shoot from the corner. Isn't that funny? Like, I feel like I saw all of Payton Pritchard's career three-point attempts from the corner today.
He took 4, made all 4, I believe.
Yeah.
Was the number.
Just spot him up there from now on. Also, another
it's
bench
weird.
hero tonight, Neemi.
Yeah.
Good Neemi game. When he came in this game, things turned around. And I also, before we get too into this, I want to shout out the defense. The defense was excellent from the jump today. They forced turnovers early. Orlando had 5 right off the rip, and they finished the game with 14 steals. I know you talked about the distribution of those steals, but I was very impressed with how they came out defensively. But Neemi, good Neemi game off the bench. Proud of our boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Neemi was good. He was solid in this game. Made an impact, had some blocks, was, still needs to work on the fouling. Obviously picked up 6 fouls in this one, not ready for an expanded role, but he was solid. I think Oshae Brissett deserves a ton of credit as well. He was awesome in this game, 11 points, 4-4 from the field, grabbed a rebound and an assist as well. He was doing everything he could to make an impact without a great 3-point shot. He and Lamar Stevens both made a 3 in this game, but Brissett looked so much more comfortable on offense than Stevens. I thought Stevens was good too, don't get me wrong, but you could just see the difference in comfortability between the two on the offensive end, making quick decisions. Lamar Stevens went through a little bit of a lull, looked like he was a little shell-shocked to start the game. He just wasn't getting the ball out at the right times. He was passing up open threes after he missed one. Oshae Brissett gets in the game, immediately cuts from the corner, gets a dunk, grabs a rebound, makes another cut from the top of the key, throws down a slam, does the head tap on the Magic. He was awesome. I was super impressed with him. Glad he got some extra run in this game. Lamar Stevens played well too. They both stepped up. They both deserve credit. But I was particularly impressed with Oshae Brissett.
Yeah, Oshae had a great game. Didn't miss a shot. He was another impact guy off the bench. I'm happy to see that he stayed ready. You know, I do feel for these guys a bit, in all seriousness, that like they come here with hopes of being in the rotation. Like when they signed Brissett, we got right on the recording on StreamYard. We were hyped. We were like, this guy rules. Used to be a great wing off the bench. They finally got their wing depth, and he hasn't even played because of how good Hauser's been. But when he was finally put into the game after I couldn't tell you the last time Brissett played real minutes. I couldn't. Probably the Magic game, the last one.
End of November. I
there.
think I saw it on Twitter. I think it was November 20th or like the end of November.
Okay, well, that's a long time. And the man comes out and he makes all 4 of his shots. He makes a 3. His form actually looks smooth on the 3. Shout out him. He did not look all awkward shooting them. I know he definitely does have that weird form because you talk about him missing all the time. But he looked comfortable. He played good defense. He was electric. All of his plays were high energy. He kept the crowd in the game. It's really what you need out of bench guys. I hope that both him and Lamar Stevens get a little bit more opportunity going forward. I know it's tough because you do have a pretty solid 9, but man, all of these guys can play. We saw it today. Couldn't have been a better game for everyone to step up because this was a big one going into it. We talked about with Bobby before the game. We were like, might be a scheduled loss. They have all these injuries. They're on a back-to-back. Magic hadn't played since Monday. They were well rested, but Celtics came out and played for real. So good for them. This is another, good job, Celtics. You didn't show integrity for the game because they just All they want to do is blow them out. They continue. Even you could tell the Celtics don't like this Magic team because even at the end of the game, they were trying to score. Lamar Stevens took a fall away with like 20 seconds left. That does not happen in the NBA. They usually dribble out the last minute in a game like this.
Score early this NFL season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 money bet. That's $150 if your team wins. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action, NFL. The app is so easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, including you got spreads, you got your player props, you got over-unders, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/Boston and kick off the NFL season. FanDuel, the official partner of the NFL.
They killed him. This was, we want to win this game. They did everything they could to win this game. The ball movement was great. They had 31 assists on 48 made baskets. They shot 52% from the field, 43% from deep. The Magic shot all right themselves, but nothing was easy for the Magic. You mentioned the defense. Paolo Banchero, 14 points, 5 of 17 from the field. Franz Wagner, 17 points, 6 of 14. Jalen Suggs killed him, made some tough shots, but like, nothing was easy for these Magic stars. Sam Hauser was playing great defense. Pritchard fronted him. They throw defense. They throw double teams. They threw pressure in the lane. They despite not having their first three centers, they protected the rim great. Like, this was such a big win for the Celtics on both ends of the court. They passed the ball beautifully with the 31 assists, which is tied for second on the year. They had 36 assists against Chicago, which was kind of crazy. This is just great win on both sides of the ball for the Celtics. I still can't get over how great Hauser and Pritchard were in this game, man. We went into the season and I asked Joe about it and I go, heading into the season, depth was a big talking point. He goes, for you guys, not for us. I'm like, well, you know what I'm saying? And everyone was like, the only knock on the Celtics is the depth going to hold up? Pritchard and Hauser are legitimately great rotation pieces. Even when Pritchard was struggling to start the year, like you said, he was doing everything else. He was rebounding well, he was passing well, like he was defending at a decent enough level. Hauser's turned into a legitimately plus defender this year, which is nuts. He was shutting down Banchero. He shut Banchero on a full speed, full court drive to the hoop. Hauser stepped in front of him. Nothing. See you later. Those two have been so good this year, and they combined to shoot tonight. 11 of 18 from the field and 9 of 13 from three. They were on fire. They couldn't do anything wrong in this game, and it wasn't just the shooting that was good. They combined for 10 rebounds and 9 assists and 5 steals between the two of them. That's insane. This was easily the best bench game of the season for those two in particular. I know we've already talked about it, but I can't get over just how awesome those guys were.
For sure. I mean, listen, Hauser is I think he's making it every time he shoots at club. Pritchard kind of is too, even though he's been a little up and down this year. I just have built-in faith in Pritchard when he shoots threes. Another thing that jumps out to me looking at the box score though, Magic 21 turnovers. I feel like how it must feel when you put a bath bomb in a bath, because everybody loves bath bombs so much.
In the first quarter alone was something we were talking about. That's nuts.
It's awesome. I mean, this is the ultimate satisfaction. This is the stuff I talk about. Play defense and you're going to win. It does help when you shoot 54. What is it? 52-2 and 42-9 from the field. But playing defense rules. When you play defense and you force turnovers, you get out in transition, you get good buckets, you get great plays, you get Hauser making left-handed layups, you get Jaylen putting guys on posters, you get all of the electric plays you saw tonight. That is how you create the best offense, is getting out in transition. Sure, the Celtics have gotten much better in the half court this year, and it's a must-improve category because in the playoffs, you're going to need it. But getting out in transition is by far their best game. Creating turnovers helped them do that. On the other hand, they only turned the ball over 10 times themselves tonight. Much more under control game. Like you said, the ball was popping around because they really didn't have any big guys to kind of stop the ball movement. They had no choice but to pop it around because they're playing small ball. Tatum was at center at plenty of points in this game. Just the best Celtics game you could have asked for today. I don't think any of us saw this coming. We probably thought it would be a slog going into it if they won it all, but man, They jumped on the Magic early. They took control of the game. They never gave it back, despite a little bit of a wonky start.
Yeah, this was great. It was a great win. Magic just couldn't keep up, man. They they shot the ball all right. They put up 111 points, but like they just could not keep up with the engine that was the Celtics in this game. Jalen Suggs was making some crazy shots, 5 of 9 from 3. Cole Anthony was 2 of 3. Anthony Black was 3 of 5. Their two stars couldn't really get much going. Mo Wagner only played, 13 minutes in this game. They shut that dude down immediately.
Crystal ball, Cole Anthony.
Yeah. This is great. It was great to watch. It was fun to see them absolutely just dominate.
I did think to myself, I was like, with the energy that both the teams have, I was like, damn, I'm going to have to start to hate the Magic. Because I think this feels like it's going to be a rivalry. Magic have gotten the better of the Celtics over the last year. The Celtics clearly have had enough of it. They got embarrassed in the in-season tournament game. There's the Eddie House wrinkle to all of this where he kind of put a chip on Orlando's shoulder. And now you're going to have another game on Sunday after the Magic are fired up after getting blown out, humiliated tonight. You're going to probably have, you're definitely going to have Horford back. You might have Porzingis back. Cornette's going to be out for a week, you said, and Banton might be back if he even is a part of the rotation. But you're going to get a full-strength game on Sunday. You're going to get the real deal, the pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be a great showdown at the Garden Sunday afternoon. Let's hope that they play well during the day because that doesn't always happen.
Agree. Also, very brief and somewhat irrelevant to the general point of the game. That Jalen Suggs fall was terrifying. like I don't know if it fully conveyed on TV, but like up on the 9th floor, you heard that. Like you could fully hear Jalen Suggs just smack the ground. That was so scary to watch. That was so scary. I do too.
I was about to say I liked Suggs, and that's when I was like, oh wait, no, I have to hate this team. But I think if Suggs was a Celtic, he would be well liked. He plays hard. He plays the right way. He's not like dirty. He's not one of those guys that you feel like
I saw someone say he's
somebody
like
on purpose.
No, I saw someone say he plays like Marcus, which respect
a little bit.
If you're drawing the comparison to Marcus, even like that's a W.
It's a W, and it's good that he's been able to like remain confident and continue to build after a tough rookie year with injuries. So good for Jalen Suggs. I hope he's all right.
I agree. Talked about Queta. He was great in his minutes, or great's relative, but he was very effective in his minutes. Nice around the rim. Had a great stretch, I will say, in the fourth quarter where he caught Newt from Pritchard, went down the other end, had a huge block, and then he hit a post move bucket. He seemed more comfortable on defense too, like position wise. They played drop. I did like how they were switching everything at the start of the game. Like they were fully switching on every single pass, every single pick, everything with Lamar Stevens in the game. They talked a lot about how they had to utilize their speed before and after the game. Joe talked about it. Jaylen talked about it. Pritchard talked about it. And it worked. But with Neemias in the game, they went to the drop, and I don't think the defense took too much of a hit. So I thought he was good in that regard. But I'm just making sure we covered all the bases. Did we miss anything? Did we get it all?
We got all of it.
I think we did. Well, thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you very much. Make sure to check out Talking Seas with Bobby Kavitsky dropped last night before the game. Check out the shorts if you'd like. We posted a cool video of Paolo Banchero warming up. Subscribe to How About Them Celtics. New full-length pod drops tomorrow at 5 a.m. So check that out as well. I'll be at the Patriots watching them probably lose to the Chiefs in that game. So although Bobby thinks they're going to win for some reason, hey, I'm going with family. I'm going to have a good time with my family. It's not about
Get
the
ready
Patriots.
for Sam Solo pregame, buddy.
Have fun with that, pal. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate it. I'll let Sam wrap it up.
All right. Thank you very much for listening or watching. If you're watching, you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss the Sam Solo pregame. All of our pregames are a half hour before every Celtics game. They're on YouTube as well as Facebook. You can also find full-length pods, these game recaps, trade rumor videos, film breakdowns, talking C's, all on the YouTube. So you want to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. Leave a like, leave a comment, tell us what you thought of the win, say what's popping, get entered into the popcorn drawing. That'll be happening tomorrow when we record, so you don't want to mess out. You can also find us on Spotify and Apple. All game recaps in full-length pods will be there, audio only. Follow us. All of that will go right to your feed. You can leave a nice 5-star review. Say something nice about us. Do you want to get in touch with us? hbtcpod@gmail.com. It's on the screen. You can reach out to us there. We do the emails every pod. We react to what you have to say. We want the fan input because that's what this is about. We're fans, you're fans. We're kind of like superior fans, though. That's why we have the mics. You can also find us on socials at How About Them C's. That's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Again, Facebook has the pregame streams. It's just the name of the podcast. You can leave a like or follow, whatever Facebook allows you to do. I know they let you do both. You can follow Jack on Twitter at JacksMoneyNBA. You can follow me on Twitter at Sailor for NCB. I'll tell you what, my Twitter was a riot today. That's it for us.